The European Union could be set for a huge Brexit policy U-turn after the Eurosceptic surge across Italy, France and the UK in Sunday's European Parliament elections. One senior MEP has suggested that the EU may open up negotiations with the new Britain's Prime Minister, once elected, contradicting previous pledges that the Brexit talks had ended. Hans-Olaf Henkel claimed that resounding victory of Nigel Farage's Brexit party had made several key leaders in the EU panic. The vice-chair European Conservatives and Reformists group told Channel 4 News that the EU realized that they needed the British to compete with major global powers. He said, "Brexit is a lose-lose situation for the EU and the UK. What is underestimated here is the effect on the EU. What is also not recognized is that European Union has responsibility for Brexit. Britain was always an advocate for decent trade and decentralization. These people in Brussels went in the opposite direction. What I think the EU can now do for the new PM is to offer the British a new deal. Maybe, finally, these people will agree that with the 73 MEPs leaving the CP, Europe will not be the same, will not be as competitive with other regions in the world. We need the British." Before the election results came out, Mr. Henkel said the new parliament should do everything possible to support the Remainers in the UK. He said, "Britain has always been an advocate of freedom, of free trade, of self-responsibility, of subsidiarity, of less bureaucracy and of competition. This European Parliament needs the British and I can only urge everybody to support those people who want to keep Britain in the EU." However, these hopes for compromise from the EU have been dashed by the outgoing Spanish Foreign Minister Josep Borrell. Mr. Borrell, who is tipped to join a EU leadership role, said he doesn't care whether it leaves in reference in Britain. He also welcomed the possibility of a no-deal departure as a way for the EU to accelerate more integration. The Spaniard, who is an advocate to a greater union within the bloc, branded Britain an obstacle to further integration and candidly said the UK isn't a good member.